In Kana, Bridge of Spirits, everyday items are imbued with emotional significance. A wooden mask is a link to the spirit of the person it was made for. Objects like a hammer or a box of food are tied to memories of people who have been lost. Locations that were once the sites of happy times are scarred with the pain and trauma suffered within them. Looking at common things with new eyes is a running theme of Kana, and that theme often applies to its gameplay as well. Though the game is filled with some fairly common action-adventure genre tropes, it has melee combat and climbing, similar to games such as Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, or even Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, platforming that recalls games such as Ratchet & Clank, and puzzles like you might see in The Legend of Zelda. It manages to combine a familiar approachability with some fresh spins on the ideas. Those elements combine with emotional, character-driven storytelling, some tough but excellent fights, and mechanics that make the world feel alive around you. The story and world of Kana Bridge of Spirits center on a village beset by tragedy. Its inhabitants are all gone, wiped out by misfortune, and their pain has manifested as poison in the once vibrant land around it. That pain has drawn Kana, a young spirit guide, to seek out the trauma at its center and heal it, while also searching for answers to her own personal tragedy.
I sense suffering here, Spirit. Do you need help?
Her link to the spirit realm allows her to interact with the ghosts of the past and to help them find peace. And in so doing, she's able to push back the corruption that has gripped the land, restoring it to its former glory. You do that by wandering the village and its surrounding environs, battling the corrupted spirits of both the people who once lived there and the nature their pain has twisted. Most every interaction comes down to a combination of combat and puzzle solving. Your goal is usually to beat down some enemies, freeing up the ability to destroy a nearby corrupted heart with a blast of spirit energy you can pulse from Kana with the touch of a button. Kill the heart and the corruption recedes, along with the corrupted enemies. Combat is mostly familiar, with Kana fighting off enemies with the use of her spirit staff. You get light and heavy attacks you can combo together, but even in normal difficulty, enemies hit hard and can knock you off your game if you're not paying attention. Like similar action games, you have a dodge to avoid attacks with the right timing, and a shield that will stop most blows. Take too many hits and the shield breaks, sending you flying and dealing you damage, but if you can time your block just right, you'll parry an enemy and open them up to a counterattack. Both Kana's puzzles and its combat add a twist in the form of the Rot, which are little spirit pals you can find in the environment. The Rot are a bit like Pikmin or the minions in games such as Overlord. In combat, you can send them to attack or distract enemies, and you need their help to destroy hearts, which can stop more enemies from respawning. The Rot are the thing that makes Kana stand apart from similar games, and using them effectively adds a tactical layer to fights. Since the Rot are all pretty small, you need to work up their courage to bring them into a battle. As you deal damage and kill enemies, you fill a meter that gives you a Rot action. And you can send them out with a single button, or use them to power up one of your attacks for a big hit. The Rot are also crucial for taking advantage of the environment, to destroy hearts or to heal Kana. Working with the Rot in combat forces you to constantly be on the attack and to pay attention to your environment. It's often essential that you knock out smaller, weaker enemies to build Rot charges, so you can distract and take down bigger, tougher ones. Deciding how best to use the Rot in combat keeps you balancing a big picture view of the fight with the smaller, more intense moments of parrying a hit or sniping a weak point. Occasionally, the combination of those elements can be a bit annoying, because it's easy to miss a single dodge or block and have tough enemies lay into you, or to accidentally send the Rot to attack the wrong enemy as things get hectic. With some bosses, you'll probably need to die a few times just to figure out how badly they're capable of wrecking you. But the game is always quick to get you back into the action with as little punishment as possible. It also offers a story mode difficulty, which seems like a very good addition given how deceptively difficult some of its fights can be. Kana's combat is generally tough and exciting, executing well on familiar dodge and parry mechanics, but it's the addition of the Rot and the versatility in how you can use them that really makes fighting in Kana feel fun and intelligent. That also goes for the game's various puzzles. Outside of combat, the Rot can be sent to do contextual actions in the world. like moving climbable objects to help you reach a high platform. Kena does a good job of combining the need to give the rot commands with smart uses of Kena's abilities, creating situations in which solutions need you to think about what you can do with your unlockable bow or platform levitating bombs, as well as what the rot can do to alter the environment. It never gets too complex, but it's enough to make you feel like you're doing a lot as you explore. Where Kena nails the balance is in providing you with tons of little puzzles that mostly reward your observation skills, without overly taxing your ability to solve them. Most of the time, spotting something the rot can move or seeing an object you can interact with using spirit energy is enough to illuminate the path forward or some hidden secret. Kena is also brimming with collectibles, including hidden rot spirits and hats to customize them. Chasing those items isn't essential, but the addition of all those little side paths and tiny rewards encourages you to explore and lose yourself in Kena's world. And it is a beautiful world to explore, thanks to the phenomenal art direction and an excellent immersive score, and made more so by the stories of the spirits found within it. The game is full of cute characters and gorgeous cutscenes that help to invest you even further in uncovering what has happened in the village and setting it right. In each section of the game, you venture out to find one particular tormented spirit and help them achieve peace, and your journey through the location is all about piecing together the story of who these people are and what became of them. Your interactions with the characters you find in each section of the game helps imbue the areas in and around the village with a character all their own.
Easy there, old friend. I'm happy to see you too.
What's missing from the story, though, is Kena herself. The game hints that some tragedy in Kena's past has scarred her, much like the spirits she sets out to help. But the game never really spends too much time on her history, and it seems like some of those plot threads are left dangling. In a game where so much development is given to the stories of the inhabitants of the village, it doesn't feel like enough attention is paid to Kena by comparison. The act of meeting and understanding all those other characters is powerful though. Kena Bridge of Spirits is a game about making those connections, just like it's about making a connection with the game world around you through the rot. It's about exploring a world and seeing what it once was and helping to restore it to be that again. And while Kena Bridge of Spirits is full of familiar feeling combat and exploration, its ability to find different ways to look at those ideas makes for a beautiful, emotional, and exciting journey.